Hello there. I'm Helen Sadler, your Destiny Helper. I am so glad to be with you. Thank you so much for all the emails that I'm receiving, the comments that you're making, and the subscriptions that I'm getting. I am so excited. Thank you so much. It's your support that make these videos work. And it is a privilege for me to keep making the videos, and I appreciate your comments. And I am so thrilled that these videos are assisting you and strengthening you. And I want that to keep happening. Keep sending your emails, keep sending your questions, and prayerfully, I'll get to answer each one of them through one video or another. And so I am really, really, really grateful. Welcome into 2020, the year of vision, the year of the mouth, the year of authenticity, the year of restoration. And I know many of you have said that this is another year, it's another time of pressure, another time where I need help. And God is sufficient to give that to you. And I want to talk to you. There was a question is, why don't my family understand when I'm talking to them? Why don't people understand the relationship I have? Most people don't understand a narcissistic relationship because they think it's a regular relationship, and they're not used to the extent of the relationship that you have encountered. A narcissistic relationship is a different relationship. Narcissism is a different personality disorder altogether. And a lot of people cannot endure these type relationship. There have been many people that have hurt themselves, many people who have just lost themselves in this relationship. And so when you are talking to people about the relationship, when you're talking to people about what you're going through, they don't understand it because they don't go through this. They don't go through the relationship that you have. They go through a normal relationship with normal people that have just normal common conditions. You are not in a relationship with common conditions with the narcissist. The narcissist does not feel, the narcissist will never love you like you love them. When they love you, their love is to service them, to do what they need you to do. And they are easily bored, so their attention span affectionately is not long term. Even if you're married, there's no real commitment to marriage. They want that supply, and you may be the main supply. And they were protected with you being the main supply, but they're not going to protect it being committed to that relationship. As you know, if any of you have been in the relationship for a while, you know that triangulation is a simple matter, a common matter in the mind of the narcissist. They feel like they have a right to have other people involved in the relationship. And it doesn't matter how you think or what you think. You stay right there until I get back. You stay right there until I hoover you. You stay right there. And even if you leave me, it's okay if you leave me. Just when I hoover you, you make sure you come back. When I call you, you make sure you come back, and you make sure that you stay faithful and you stay loyal, because I don't want no one else touching my property. I don't want no one else touching my supply. This is the mind of the narcissist. So when people, you are telling them what you're going through, and they say, why don't you just leave? What they don't realize is a narcissist has a physiological effect on the body. They affect you physically. They affect you emotionally. They affect you chemically. They affect your hormones. All of your systems is affected by the narcissist. And once they get you involved and you get committed to that relationship, it is not so easy to leave. Many of you know that because you was with the narcissist 3 months, 6 months, and it's been a year and you still trying to get over them. And so you're trying to tell your family, you're trying to explain to your friends, and they tell you you're just weak. You're just weak. I never knew that you would be so weak. I never knew that you wasn't as strong emotionally. I'm here to encourage you, to tell you it is not that you're not strong emotionally. You are with a narcissist, and a narcissist is a personality disorder, and the trauma that they take you through is just totally out of this world. They don't have a sense of compassion. They lack sensitivity. Everything is about them. The grandiosity is about them. Triangulation is about them. The lies, the deprivation, the devaluation, the discard. Everything is about them. And if you notice around the world, there are different types of narcissists with different types of personality, but they seem to go through the same process with every supply. In the eyes of the narcissist, you are no different than a toaster. You're just supply. Your appliance. And this appliance, when I use my toaster, I don't care what my toaster feel, it will service me. And when I put the bread in, or the bagels or whatever I put in that toaster, you service me. You go to the extent of browning and toasting this bread or bagel like I need it to be toasted. And I have no feelings. I pull the plug out when I'm done. I clean it and put it right back up there. I have no sensitivity about that toaster. That's the way the narcissists see you. They have no sensitivity about the appliance because you are there to serve. And people don't understand when you're with the narcissist and your hormones have been affected, your blood pressure, your heart rate, your adrenaline, everything has been affected. And so you go to the doctor and they're trying to figure out what's wrong with you. So they finally tell you you're just overloaded and stressed. Your family tell you, leave them, leave her, leave him. And you try and you pull back and you are tormented in your mind. And you're wondering, what is wrong with me? Something is wrong with me. What's wrong with you is the narcissist has affected you. Your whole system, your whole body is offline from being with a narcissist. They biologically affect you. Anybody who's been with a relationship, that's why those of you who get counseling, it's best that you go to a narcissistic specialist, a narcissist specialist that knows about narcissism, that knows about this personality disorder, because it'll be challenging to go to a regular counselor who put them on the scale of everybody else, because you know, being with the narcissist, they are unlike anybody else and what you've been through. So they don't understand, and your family don't understand. They don't understand that narcissist is addictive. This relationship is addictive. It's like being on crack cocaine. It's like being on the meth. You got to have them. And you wondering, why do I feel like I have to have them? Because you've been affected by them. And so your family not going to understand no matter how you try to explain to them. When you cry, they soon get weary of your crying because they think that you should leave. You have to get, if there's a support group that you can find that deal with narcissism, get with that support system, because it take a person who understand the narcissist to understand what you're going through, how your heart is palpitating, how your dreams have been affected, how you're having sleep deprivation, your stomach is messed up. It's hard for you to eat. Some of you are taking Tagamet because you have ulcers and you can't eat. I mean, your mind is fogged. I mean, it's like cloudiness. You're confused. You're crying all the time. You find yourself in isolation. You don't want to be around people because your value of yourself is diminishing. The more you stay with them, the more you have diminished value. And so when you get around your friends, they just grow weary with you because they thinking you are obsessed with the narcissist. And they don't realize the narcissist is addictive. Yes, they are addictive. Can you be addicted to another human? If they are narcissists, you can. Because of the hormonal effect. The dopamine is going to lock you into them. It's going to lock you into them. The oxytocin, come on here, serotonin, your adrenaline, all of those major hormones going to be affected. And many of you have dealt with heart attacks. You've dealt with depression. You dealt with suicide attempts or thoughts, very suicidal. You deal with deep, deep depression, chronic depression. Some of you are wondering what is wrong. Why don't anybody understand me? Why can't anybody hear me? And I'm talking to you right now. And some of you are like in a well. And while you're in this well, you are sounding your voice and nobody hear you. And it's like your voice is bouncing off that well. And you're saying, can anybody hear me? Can anybody understand me? You feel like you are alone and that nobody is there. Nobody's there to catch you. I'm here to catch you right now. And I'm here to tell you you're not alone. And I'm here to tell you you're not crazy. And I'm here to tell you you have value. You have to get up. And what you have to do, you have to fight back. You have to know who you are. You have to know your worth. Don't be by yourself. Get someone who cares for you, genuinely care for you, and tell them how you feel. You are a believer, then pray. And then those of you who are not believers, you have your way of meditation. You have your way of serving and honoring. I am a believer. I'm a Christian, so I serve Jesus Christ. And some of you are Buddhist, some of you are Muslim, some of you are Shintoism, or whatever, however you worship. I worship Jesus. I go to Jesus. I go to the Bible. I go to the Word of God. And you go to what clears your mind. Most of you have meditative points. Go to meditative points and clear your mind. Jesus works. God works. You are not by yourself. And you are not going to harm yourself. And no, everybody can't hear you. Only those that know what you're going through. On YouTube, you have a great support system. And I'm talking to you, those of you who have wrote me, that say, I feel like I'm in this cave or in this well, and I'm crying out, and nobody hear me, or I'm in this cave, and there's nobody there but me, and I feel like I'm surrounded by wild animals. I feel like I'm going to die. You're not going to die. You're going to get up. Get a book. Go to the library. Some of you who cannot go out of the house, go to the bathroom and breathe. Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathe. Because when you don't have anyone there and you cannot leave and you're filled with fear, God has not given us the spirit of fear. And when you are told every day you're worthless, that nobody will love you, nobody will want you, that you can't live without them. You don't need another human to live. But when you're with a narcissist and you're addicted, they become your lifeline. And so what you have to do is break the channel of thought. If you can get a magazine, if you can get a positive book, read every day. And when you read every day, take one positive word every day. And I want you to take that word and look up that word, and that is what you tell yourself all day. I am beautiful. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am made in the image of God. I'm a woman of power. I'm a man of strength. My mind is strong. Talk to you when no one else talks to you. If the narcissist can talk and you hear him or you hear her, then you can talk to you and you can hear you. Can anyone hear me? Yes, we're hearing you. And nothing is wrong with you. Some of you are going through gaslighting. You're accused of everything. You can't do anything right. What pleased the narcissist yesterday, he hates it today. How he loved you last week, he hates you this week. You didn't do anything wrong. A narcissistic personality is changeable. They negotiate moments at a time in their character. There's this gaping hole that they cannot fill, and you end up paying the price for their emptiness. You are not wrong, and you're not doing wrong, and you're not crazy. You're not losing your mind. And yes, we can hear you. And no, your family may not understand. Your friends don't understand because they don't understand how you can be addicted to the narcissist. They don't understand how someone can be so cruel and hateful. And those of you who are with covert narcissists, they are sweet, they're kind to everybody else but you. So they never get to see the other side. As a matter of fact, they're questioning your character why you're misusing the narcissist. Because they're so charming, loving. They're not loving. They're deceiving and manipulating. And when you get behind the closed door and everybody leave or you come home out of the crowd, you start being blasted. You don't sleep. Go to my video that talks about serotonin. In that video, I have some things that you can do to assist you in sleeping. Because many of you are saying, I'm not sleeping. I'm up for days at a time. You can't run a household and you're tired like that. That's dangerous. Driving and you haven't slept in days. Dangerous. You have to cater to you because there's no one else to do that. Stop trying to convince people of what you're going through. Stop trying to convince your family of what you're going through. Many people don't understand what you're going through. Keep looking at the videos. Direct them to the videos. Direct your family to the videos. Let them listen to the videos. There is enough material about narcissism that will assist them and assist you. My daughter, Dr. Carmen Bryan, she is a licensed therapist and she is a narcissistic specialist. She is awesome. Contact her. Email her. Go to her videos. Leave a comment with her. And she can assist you in ways. Spiritually, I can. I have over 30 years of experience of dealing with this. Over 31 years of dealing with narcissism. And I'm telling you, you can rebound. We have built women and men all over the world. You can rebuild. You think you're in silence, you're not in silence. People have not turned a deaf ear to you where they can't hear you. And just because he told you nobody will love you, she told you nobody will want you, that's not true. If they had you, somebody else would love you. You've been discarded over and over again. You've been hoovered over and over again. You've been devaluated over and over again. It's been 40 years. It's been 50 years. When will you live? Now I'm asking you, you ask me, can anybody hear me? I'm asking you, do you hear you? Because I hear you. And now it's time for you to hear you. Nothing is wrong with you. People don't understand this type of relationship unless they have knowledge about a person who is a narcissist. Your depression won't get you moving. It'll keep you still. It'll keep you bound. And there's so much life in you. There's so much power in you. There's so much strength in you. One day at a time. Get a word. Every day have a positive word for you. And if it don't sink in, go back to that word and say it all day. Say it every day. I am powerful. I am strong. I'm a beautiful woman. Look at yourself. Fix yourself up. Comb your hair. Open the curtains. Go out. Get fresh air, fresh wind. Life is waiting for you again. There is life beyond the narcissist, and it's in you, ready to bloom forth. Does anybody hear you? We hear you, and we understand. Write me at destinyhelper12s at gmail.com. Destinyhelper12s at gmail.com. Because we're listening and we're there just for you. I'm Helen Sattler, your Destiny Helper. See you on the next video.